I'm heartbroken. Man, I'm totally deflated. My stomach is just, my heart's in my stomach. I got a message from Diana Boston that said her videos were false flagged. The ones that she made about Ross and Ben in response to their videos, in response to them. And they're really, I'm telling you, there's no reason for those to be flagged. And she should put, on her channel, she should put a link to the Google Docs that show the emails. And I just don't see how they can justify it. And you know what? It would be a really petty justification if Ben were to justify it. Oh, she was being abusive. It was bullying or whatever. I mean, you know, just, I'm telling you, this is not okay. So, they're just harassing people, you know? And the whole thing was that Ben and Ross had a thing with Nuclear Night before YouTube. So when they got on YouTube, they're personally attacking her. And if you look at the situation, they're personally attacking her. Like if she gets on Feminist Tube, she's not the one going around bossing people around on Feminist Tube. Somebody's like, okay, well, let's have a conversation. Even Ross said in a video, I want to have a conversation with Nuclear Night. Because this gender thing is something that I want to talk to her about. So she singled her out, and Nuclear Night's like, I really don't want to talk about it. And then she gives her reasons or whatever. None of it is, I mean, then Ross K's like, oh, well, I'm going to leave Feminist Tube. So she left. And then Ben keeps bringing up one thing that Nuclear Night said on Feminist Tube. He brings it up over and over again. And then he says outwardly, I'm not going to let this go because she said you're not a feminist if, blah, blah, blah. And anybody that looks at the statement she made would either think it's benign or it's tacky. If they took it the wrong way, they would say that's tacky or benign. It's not abuse. And one statement does not abuse make. And then the guidelines, all we have to do on Feminist Tube is have the guidelines put up, okay, we don't say that. Big deal. But they're going on and on and on about it. They're attacking her. It is not vice versa. And I didn't have a chance to look everything over. You know, and Nuclear Night never ever talked about them. Never. She never told me a thing, even after there was drama going on, you know. So I really didn't know. But listen, the very first time I even ran into Ben, whenever he said something to me in a message or wherever, he always brought up Nuclear Night, and I thought that was weird. Like, I have a video about Howard Zinn, and he was on there going, did you hear Nuclear Night take a swipe at Howard Zinn in her last video? And I'm like, well, you know, I really don't care. And then he brings up Noam Chomsky. She doesn't like Noam Chomsky. Okay, she doesn't like Noam Chomsky. He was always bringing her up, and I didn't even know the situation, and I didn't know why. And so they're the ones that keep bringing her up. And if you look at the whole thing, it's like they're obsessed with getting her in trouble or grabbing her by the ankles and pulling her into a skirmish. Every little thing she did is wrong. She's taking swipes at them in videos, which is silly because even if you look at it as if she were, I mean, worst case scenario, she turns on her camera and is like, if you think the following, then blah, blah, blah. Okay. Worst case scenario, you're just like, wow, what a bitch. You know, I don't like her. None of it is something that needs to be handled by Diana Boston. And so then they're harassing Diana. And if you look at the emails, I should get a link to the Google Docs. The emails are, you know, whatever. So I'm just really disappointed because I really liked Ben's personality, even though I think it was directed, his anger's all directed in the wrong place right now. I really like his personality. And I know that sounds kind of funny because the people who are mad at him right now are just like, what, the bulldog personality? I mean, in a way, yeah, I do. But this is just so misdirected, and he's a flagger, and that's the thing that he does. I mean, he flagged the videos about the one that I was upset with on the Help Panic video, and the one Auntie Glenn's did a video about, and stuff like that, which is a very important issue. And he went and flagged the video, you know. And he's a flagger, and he openly talks about it. He doesn't hide it. And so when Diana said, oh, my videos were flagged, I mean, it's keeping in harmony with that. And the videos flagged were about Ross K and Ben. And I'm just sick to my stomach, you guys. You know, Ross K and Ben, you really need to figure some things out, because you're just harassing people at this point. You're harassing Diana at this point. And I really would have more to say about it, but I feel just sick that there's flagging involved. By the way, Diana has a strike against her account now. You guys, her videos are so important. They're more important than any videos Ben or Ross have ever done. You know, I'm gonna cry. You know, I cannot believe they flagged her account. All it takes is a couple more MRAs to start flagging shit, and there goes Diana Boston, you know. Diana, you better back up your videos, because you can get another channel if somebody does that to you, but we don't want to lose the old videos, okay? And Ben and Ross, please figure something out. Nuclear Night is not worth it. It's just not. There's nothing. She's not doing anything to you. And if your worst complaint is going to be that she's a bitch, what? I don't get it. Get over it. It doesn't matter if somebody's a bitch. It doesn't even matter. It's not even important. You know? I'm heartbroken. Okay. I'm going to upload this.